Hey guys, this is Danny, and today I'm going to share with you three things that have made a huge difference in my life, and I know that they can make a big difference in yours. So, here we go. Number one, getting up at 5:30 in the morning as soon as my alarm goes off. Except on Sundays, of course. I like to sleep in a little bit on Sunday. But every other day, my alarm goes off at 5:30, and I get up. I turn it off, and I'm up. That's it. I don't go back to bed. Now, to give you a little background, just so you know, I love sleeping. And I used to be a DJ, so I was up very late every single night. 5:30 was usually the time I was going to sleep. But I needed to make changes in my life. And although that is a big difference for me, it has made a huge change for me. I feel a lot better since I started doing this. Now, why did I do it? Well, the first reason was because I used to get up in the mornings and I was always rushing. I was always in a rush to get dressed, to get my stuff ready, to have some breakfast, to maybe spend some time with my family, to help my son get ready for school, for kindergarten. So a lot of these things, and I was in a rush. Then I had to run to work to make sure I got to work on time. So I was stressed most of the time, and really, it wasn't good for me. So how has this helped me? Well, one of the things that I've noticed that's done for me is that now I have time for me. I have time to relax in the morning. I have time to do the things that I need to do. So I get up in the morning real comfortably. The house is quiet. It's still dark outside. Everybody in the neighborhood's sleeping, and it's great. I love the silence. I can think clearly. I can do some exercise. I can do some reading if I want to. I meditate once in a while too. I don't do it every day, but I do try to get in some meditation a couple of times a week. The great thing is by the time everybody wakes up in the house, I'm ready to go. I'm showered, I'm dressed, and breakfast is on the table. So they get up, they have breakfast, my son gets dressed, we play a little bit, I get to talk to my wife about things in the morning, and then I leave and I go to work, and everything just goes really smoothly. And by the time I get to work, the other great thing is, all my coworkers, they're still yawning and drinking coffee trying to wake up. I've been up for like 3 hours, so I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm fresh. I don't really need the coffee. So it's helped me out a lot. The other thing that I've noticed is that getting up so early also gives me more energy. So how did I do it though? Well, the way that I got to this was that I had to first figure out how much sleep I needed. You hear everywhere, somebody tells you 6 hours, somebody tells you 8 hours, other people say 10 hours. Well, the fact is, I think personally, that everybody's rhythm's a little bit different, and some people are okay with 6 hours and some people are not. I realized that for me, 6 hours is perfect. More than that, I feel kind of groggy and tired. Less than that, well, yeah, also tired. So 6 hours is good. So, well, I try to go to sleep by 11 o'clock. I try to at least get in bed by 11. That means I'm sleeping by 11:30. So 5:30, 6 hours, I'm good to go. I'm rested. No problem at all. So that's really all you got to do when you want to do this. If you want to get up so early. Now, I'm not saying you have to get up at 5:30. You can get up later. I don't know what your schedule is like. So maybe you don't have a small child in the house that gets up at 6 or 6:30 in the morning. Maybe you're not even married. Maybe you live alone. So a lot of things can change. But all I'm trying to say is give yourself time in the morning, because you don't want to rush. You want to take your time. You want to go slow. You want to do things for you first before you have to go out and face the real world, before you have to go out and work, all that kind of stuff. So make some time for yourself in the morning. What worked for me was getting up early. Maybe it'll work for you. So, number two, exercising. So I mentioned that earlier, and that's part of my morning routine, which I will address in a later video. But anyway, So I get up every morning. First thing I do is I drink a big glass of water and then I start doing exercise. I do 20 to 30 minutes of exercise 6 days a week. On the seventh day, I normally do some meditation just to kind of ground myself in the morning and, sort of, feel good about the day, a good way to start my day. So one of the big benefits of exercising for me has been the fact that I wake up in the morning and I have no pain. Okay, I used to wake up with back pain all the time. My feet were stiff. I couldn't move them very well. It took me a few minutes of walking around the house before my feet felt normal. Like I mentioned, back pain, neck pain, it wasn't fun. And once I started exercising every morning, the pains sort of went away. I didn't even really realize it, but they started going away. I rarely ever have pain anymore. A friend of mine says when you're over 30, if you don't have any pain, you're dead. Well, I guess I used to think that was true, but now I don't believe him anymore because I'm alive and I don't have pain anymore. It's a great thing. So exercising has really helped that. It's also put a smile on my face longer. I'm walking around during the day. I feel good. I have energy. It feels good to be alive. When I don't exercise, I feel like shit the whole day. So it's definitely made a huge difference in my life. So if it's not something that you normally do, give it a shot. You don't have to do 30 minutes. Do 10 minutes. Doesn't matter. But do something. Get your body moving. Do something when you wake up in the morning. That will also help you wake up so you don't go back in bed and hit the snooze button. Okay? So, number 3. The last thing. And this was something that was really hard for me to do. It sounds easy at first. Basically, making a to-do list. So everybody here probably makes a to-do list, and you've been making to-do lists forever. Yeah. Now, the trick here and the catch is not just to make a to-do list, but to make sure that you don't go to sleep until your to-do list is finished. Now, I know that sounds weird and that sounds like something that's not realistic, and you're probably saying, what's wrong with you? But what it actually made me do is that I started being a lot more focused and really paying a lot more attention to what I was putting on this to-do list. So I used to write to-do lists and I would say, I gotta do this and I gotta do that and this and that. And a lot of the stuff that was on the list, there were things that were just not that important maybe, or things that weren't very realistic. So what this has made me do is I've become a lot pickier about what I put on the list. I'm putting priorities here on this list, and I'm making sure that those are things that have to be done today. Not things that have to be done this week or this month or this year, but today. If I can get those done today, then I feel a lot better about myself. I move forward, and I'm not making up any excuses for not doing something. Now, sometimes it happens where I can't complete the list for whatever reason. Something comes up and I can't do it. I do go to sleep. Yeah. But it's just this idea of you can't go to sleep until you finish it, that it makes you a lot more aware that you have this list, a lot more aware that you have to do these things. And you really get better. You become more productive and you start realizing that these little things that you're doing day to day are really making a big difference. So those are 3 things that have really changed my life. I hope they will help you. And if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be bringing you a lot more of this in the future. So take care. See you around. Bye.